Welcome back to the All Created Teams Dynasty from my point of view, controlling the Mount Union Purple Raiders. And this week, my guys are going to be taking on the Marietta Pioneers in what should be a pretty decent Big North matchup. I know we struggled over the past couple of weeks, but I think we're starting to turn a corner here as we played pretty well against Tufts, but we just couldn't quite pull it off at the end. I think Marietta is reeling, so I think we can do what needs to be done in order to win this game. At least that's what I'm hoping for my CPU coach, because even though things aren't going too terribly well right now, I'm still gonna stick with the CPU versus CPU game, just because hey, it will it caps us at least for the first season. But of course we can look at that for the second season. But enough about that. Let's go ahead and jump into this game against the Marietta Pioneers. Alright, so here we are on this football field trying to get something going here. Marietta actually had a free and out because they got the ball first. And of course, our first play ends in an interception. So, that's not how we wanted to start this game. But we're going to have to get back on track here, try to get some stuff going. And it's fumbled, but it falls out of bounds, bruh, we needed that so bad. But hey, we got this 3rd and 20 though. They're gonna try to hand it up the middle. I'm pretty sure Freddie Kitchens is calling the plays, but we forced them. They actually have to punt it away because it was out of field goal range. So we got a chance to at least get a lead of our own here. So let's see if we can go forth and do that. Starting with this 1st and 10 right here. Frank Core hanging it out to Boo right. He makes a man miss. And we get it to midfield for a nice first down. Next play, my boy Frank Core. He's dropping back the pass. All day to throw. He's going to throw it up the middle. And it's picked off again. Oh my goodness. Really rough start. We did not see that linebacker. That's already 2 interceptions. And we barely started this ball game in. So we definitely got some work to do. And Marietta, they're starting to drive now. That second interception, that actually kind of hurts a little bit, not gonna lie. But Marquise, he was able to get into the backfield, get a sack. So now we have this 2nd and 14. Hap's gonna try to drop back, throw it deep, and how does that get caught? There were 2 guys there to make the catch for our team. It somehow goes through both of those guys. And so now we got a first down, but hey, our defense is going to be able to respond right back. 6-yard loss on that play. And then here we go, 2nd and 16. Hap's going to drop back. It's actually, it looks might be a holding. And yes, sir, it was indeed a holding. So back that up a little bit more. So now it's 3rd and 26, and they're running an option play. We stopped that pretty easily. Make them go ahead and try to get this field goal attempt right here for Marietta. And I thought that was gonna miss, but it looks like it'll just angle in, and they got a 3-0 lead. So after a 3 and out by us, though, we gotta deal with Marietta's offense again, and this time Leans gets a reception to start this brand new drive for the Pioneers. But a couple plays later, they face a 3rd and 8, and it's overthrown, and it's nearly picked off. So now Marietta has to punt the ball away to us. But certainly we can't mess around, though. We need to get something going as we throw it deep to Ralph, and Ralph doesn't have anybody in front of him. He's at the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Mount Union. Let's freaking go. So we got this 7-3 lead now. Rocking and rolling. As that's pretty sure the first time that we had a first quarter lead. So, that's really cool to see. But 3rd and 4, we leave it wide open for the running play, and so Marietta has the first down yet again, as they gotta go ahead and see what they can do on this 1st and 10 right here. Hap's gonna drop back. He's gonna throw it to the left, and it's Bourbon again. burned us on the previous drive that sets up their field goal, and they got the first down. A couple of plays later, Hap has all day to throw this time. He gets it to Lone, who gets popped at about the 11-yard line, and they are right back in the red zone. This time looking to get a touchdown instead of a field goal. Going to be interesting to see if our defense can hold up a second time. But 3rd and 5 though. Hap's going to drop back. And oh boy, we got lucky because he was wide open. But they do miss it, and they settle for another field goal. And, you know, that's already the end of the first quarter. And even though we had far less first downs, we still hold a 7-6 lead. But can we build off of it? And right now, Boorwright gets wide open. It's a 25-yard gain on the play. Sets up a nice first down, and then 2 plays later, 3rd and 11, going deep up the left sideline, but is knocked away for an incompletion, and we have to punt it away. So Marietta did go 3 and out, nothing too crazy, but the 2nd and 12 though, there's Cockery. He breaks a tackle. He's going to be in the end zone, and it's going to be another touchdown for the Raiders as we go ahead and take a 14-6 lead. Looking pretty good so far. You know, remember Marietta played Otterbein pretty tough last week. So, you know, this is a team that could potentially give us some trouble. But right now, playing a lot better. I think this is probably the best game that we played this season. Especially considering, you know, the only win that we have so far went to against Wilmington, who doesn't even have a single win right now. So, yeah, it's definitely been tough right now. But hey, you know, we got Marietta in another long 3rd and 15. Got to get this long 3rd down conversion the Pioneers do. And they throw it short. So our defense responds. And we're going to get this ball right back. Alright, so we have this ball right back. Decent field position. Frank Core is going to drop back the pass. And it's Cockery again. This time he is tackled, but not before he gets to about midfield for the first. Couple of plays later, Frank Core throwing it to the right-hand side. And it's Cockery again. Nearly gets the first down, but we're going to have to just try and get here on this 3rd and 2. And we're going to chuck it over the middle, and it looks like Ralph just kind of stops. Could have been a first, but instead it's going to be an incompletion. So now Marietta, with a couple minutes left, they have a chance to, I guess, take me. Sorry, it's really late where I'm at right now as I'm recording this, so that's why I've been yawning a couple of times. But you know, they have a chance to tie this ball game at halftime. Or before half, and you know they're putting themselves in a decent position to do so. 3rd and 9 though, Hap's gonna drop back, and looks like Hade is gonna just get the first down, so their drive keeps going. A couple of plays later, 2nd and 10, quarterback's gonna scramble. No, it goes to Nafree, who gets another first, as Marietta sets himself in a position to indeed tie this game up. But 2nd and 10, Habs drops back, and this time it's not going to work. Our defense gets in the backfield, and we get another sack. And so now they have another long 3rd down. Habs going to try to make something happen in the pocket. He throws it short to Hade, who gets popped inbounds. So they're going to have to rush the field goal unit out, and it's not going to happen. So we have a 14-6 lead at half, and we are going to definitely look to keep this thing going. Alright, so here we are in the second half. Rabusi, he's going to start things off with carry up the gut for 6 yards on the play. And then next thing, Frank Core is going to chuck it deep. And that's Cockery once again breaking a tackle, and nobody is going to catch him. And it's going to be another touchdown for the Raiders as we take a 21-6 lead. A commanding performance for Mount Union. This is what we've been looking for all season, as Marietta, they have to punt it away because we get another 3 and out. I'm not trying to show any boring plays, your incompletions and whatnot, as Rabusi gets lit up by like a Christmas tree. So now we have a long 2nd and 14. But right now we are just doing what we want to do right now. As Rabusi, he makes the catch, makes a short 3rd and 3. And then Frank Core's going to drop back and get the first down for us. And then a lot more. Nice connection to Conkery for the first. Next play, Mount Union going up the gut with Rabusi once again. And he's going to get it into the red zone for a first down. And we actually draw Marietta off sides following that play. Sets up the 1st and 5. And Bourright will be able to get in there. Yet after a holding, we now have a 1st and goal at the 15. But it's thrown to triple coverage, and Pollen comes down with it still. Doesn't even matter. We're up 28-6 now. What a commanding performance for the Raiders so far. But we're certainly not done, as Marietta's not going to give up just yet. As Marietta gets the first down, and we nearly get it again to Leanne. So it's going to be a short 3rd and 1. And they're going to try to get it to Oregon. And I thought we were going to pick off the pitch, but we over pursue and they get the first. 3 plays later, though, Hap's going to try to throw it for this first down. And they do get stopped once again. So we should have a nice, crispy possession coming up. But they do down it at the 5-yard line. So definitely have our work cut out for us, as Rabusi carries it for 5 yards on the play to get it a little bit out of the shadow of our own goal line. But Frank Core, he's going to drop back. He's going to get it to Ralph, and he's at the 50, the 40, and he gets dragged down from behind. Ralph really needs to get that breakaway speed in the offseason, because he had green grass in front of him. That's not going to stop the drive just yet, as Bourright, he's going to carry it up the gut for 8. And then Frank Core, he runs backwards at first, but he does figure out which direction is the right direction and does pick up the first down with his feet, accompanying his arm with the legs as well, but doesn't have to use it very often. And then as I compliment him, he gets picked off for a 3rd time. That is our 3rd turnover. Marietta, they're winning the turnover battle 3-0, but they just can't get anything on offense going, as here in the 2nd and 10 almost was picked off, but our guys just struggling to make the plays on defense. Despite getting them off the field, I'm talking about like big plays like interceptions, of course, but interception won't kill us, as they're going to have to punt it away again. And after 3 quarters, we're still up 28-6, but oh man, could have been much more of a blowout if it wasn't for those interceptions. But here we are in the 4th quarter, though. We're going to try and clean things up, and Pollen is going to get a start off right. First play, gets behind the defense, and nobody is going to catch him. So it's going to be another touchdown for your Purple Raiders, as we hit our season high. 35 points. That is a new season high for us. Beat the 32 points that we put up last week against Tufts University in a 32-40 loss. But Marietta, they certainly aren't going to give up, even though they're probably not going to win this game because they're probably a little bit out of it, to be honest. But hey, Marietta certainly not going to give up, and some people say this is garbage time, to kind of pad the stats a little bit, but I digress. But we're still stopping Marietta. We're still doing a pretty good job of that, as we try to go forth and get some more points on the board. But on this 3rd and 6, we go up the middle, and Frank Core slides for it. So kind of questionable decision making, but that leads to a punt. And then right here, Leon gets behind the defense and gets a huge gain. Marietta looks like they're going to be in business, at least for this drive, as Buren goes up the middle for a gain of 5. 2nd and 5, though, for the Pioneers. Hap's going to drop back to pass, and it's Naihe who gets behind the defense again. Nice little post route to the outside, as Marietta is now approaching the red zone. And right here, they're going to go for the end zone, and Hade comes down with it. gets their first touchdown of the game for the Pioneers. Probably won't mean anything in the big scheme of things, but they do go for 2, I guess, to make this a legitimate 3-score game instead of a 22-point lead. But it doesn't work, so we're down 23, and they're going to have to go for multiple 2-point conversions just to have a chance to come back in it. But right now we're going to keep doing what we do best, which is obviously passing the ball. Rabusi, he's going to get a catch. That goes for a first down. But then 3rd and 9, we might be brought off the field again, but Paris, he comes in the clutch for us, gets another first, as now we are coming within 4 minutes of the end of the game. And, you know, as more time comes off the clock, it looks better for us as time is clearly on our side, even though we will have to punt the ball away again. Alright, so now we have our defense back on the field, and it looks like we have another garbage time touchdown, and Leon gets behind the defense, and, you know, that's going to be another touchdown for the Pioneers. They needed this earlier because, you know, Mount Union wasn't necessarily going that first quarter and a half. But now that we have the huge lead, they now get these junk time scores, and they miss the 2-point conversion once again. As that is going to wrap things up here in Alliance, Ohio. We do tack on a field goal to end the game, but it's a great win for us. We end up winning this game by a nice, cool score of 38-18 in order to win our 2nd game of the season. So that's always really exciting to see, get the win. And then next week we play against the Hamilton Continentals, who are also in the Big North, and they are ahead of us in the standings right now, so we have a chance to keep moving on up in the standings. But hey, that is all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Make sure you leave a like, and if you're brand new to the channel, make sure you subscribe as well. Until then, I will see you guys next time. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care, y'all.